Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Today, on a very special episode of Tallidus Plays, we're returning to the world of Minecraft. I have not played this game in roughly 12 years. We're going to start on Java Edition in a single player game, and we are playing Classic Survival Mode. Call this world Tallidus Plays. Let's jump right in. The all important world generation occurring here. And there we are. Jumped right in. My field of view I have set to 100. I'm not the biggest fan of this head bob, so we might turn that off sooner than later. But for now, I'll leave it on. Let's see. So control is sprint. You can also do the old double tap. That's how I'm used to sprinting. Shift is crouch. I might swap those. I usually like having shift as sprint and control as crouch for most games. But for now, we're going to keep that as is. Wouldn't you know it, it looks like I have some structures right over that ridge there. I set the biome sort of rendering to a little bit further than usual. I think modern computing can handle a little bit more than my old computer would at the time. I think I used to play this on a laptop back in the day. So let's make a few tweaks before I get any further. For one, I'm going to take off this head bob because I'm not the biggest fan. So let's go back here to options, video, head bobbing off, controls. Let's see here. Keybinds, sneak will now be left control, and sprint will now be left shift. Couple of quick tweaks there, but the sooner I do them, the more I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I like to see there. Again, we got some little, looks like a donkey, some horses. It's always fun. Yeah, I think having the head bobbing off definitely brings me back to a little bit more of the OG sort of feel of the game, and it's smoother on the camera work, better for people viewing as well. Let's see. I think that might just be a single player thing, but keep that in mind. If I'm checking Twitch or trying to interact with an audience, might either just keep pausing or maybe I'll put this in sort of a partitioned. I'll play it in a windowed mode perhaps. Um, but yeah, let's jump right into it here. It looks like, let's see, inventory T is to talk. Howdy, nobody. Let's see, clicking, caps lock. Where did my inventory go? What would that be? L P. Sorry for the. Again, I'm truly returning after a nearly 12-year absence, so you are seeing the absolute. There we go. E is my. Oh, cool. We have our little early crafting. Okay, so E is how you get to your inventory. That's quick enough. Again, I don't want people to think I'm a total novice at this game. I do remember some aspects of it, like punching trees, of course. We all need to punch our first tree. And you'll be seeing some very amusing early milestones. Again, I did have to repurchase the game. I think the last time I played it, honestly, it might have been either free or like 15 bucks. Again, it was the old school sort of Java edition. Whatever was popping around, 2013 is when I was playing. So we're gonna keep moving along here, though. I'm gonna go check out these structures that I saw over here. We got some cows. Oh, okay, the game's gonna give us a little update, as it were. Got some sheepies over here. I like the biome diversity. I know that there's a lot more biomes than last time. I think I don't know if it had even come out yet, but they're just about to come out with the Mesa biome, the kind of layered rock, the Grand Canyon looking biome. I don't think I was even playing when that officially launched. I think that was like the next thing that was about to come out. So again, just a point of reference. I'm not going to try to continuously be figuring out when I last played. It was pre-Microsoft, though. I'm pretty sure I could say that with confidence. It was before Microsoft bought it out. So, what is this? Oh, these piggies? Oh, the pig's got a little little bit more neutral tone. They used to be bright pink, if I recall. Chickens as well, clucking along. All right. Where did I see? I think there was a building on this ridge. Let's check the waterfall here. Some crops. That usually indicates local villagers. Hopping on up. Yep, there we go. We've got a... I forget what this biome is called. Maybe like savanna? I want to say savanna. Yeah, house on stilts. That's cool. Iron golem. I know these guys are sort of the protectors of the village. And I also know not to mess with them. What is it? Right-click opens doors. Hey, cartography table. Cool. So I'm guessing that is for making maps. And look at all this paper. Empty map paper. Cool. We'll grab an empty map. And then I think I can pop it on the cartography table. I think the cartography table is meant to duplicate maps. So right now, oh cool, it actually just draws up everything in the local area. Can I then, so the idea is I can then duplicate that with an empty map. So if I wanted to make a copy or perhaps, I guess, show it to somebody in multiplayer, that's how I would do it. Okay. So we're going to be good for nightfall because we found this village. Oh, I like the banners kind of flapping in the breeze. I think they want me to craft wooden planks. Let's go ahead and just do that. Oak planks. Boom. We'll make a few of these. Okay. You know what? Let's just finish it off. 24 oak planks. We can use that to create our first crafting table. I know we need that to do extra tools. We'll make a couple wooden axes, and then ideally we'll go straight to stone, and we'll try to get iron ASAP. Iron is sort of the preferred tools for Minecraft. At least in the early game, it's preferred. I know you get later on you get to like diamond and much better quality items, but I'm not worried about that yet. Here are the villagers hanging out. Definitely a lot more diverse than I remember. The good old days, I think it was really just one version. Although I think they had the option to trade. Oh, I popped a villager. I don't want to do that. Okay, hopefully he doesn't go rat me out to the iron golem. You okay, buddy? If I right-click him, he doesn't seem to do much. How am I supposed to trade with these guys? Kitty cat. So that's perspective. And then we have full screen. And then F7 will be our cinematic camera. Oh, I see. It smooths it very well. Wow, that's kind of nice, actually, for our viewers. So whatever mode we're in, I think it adds a ton of motion smoothing so that you guys don't have to worry about me whipping the camera around crazy. But for actual playing purposes, we're going to keep this in normal mode. And it looks like we have a fire occurring down here. A tree is probably too close to a lava. So, big old bull cow there. That's kind of cool. We've got to keep an eye on this. We don't want the whole area burning up. So, I think that was just a tree floating over the lava. I think we'll be safe. Okay. Looking good. If that caught into the grass, we'd be in trouble and could theoretically burn down the entire village. And that is not a fun way to start a survival playthrough. What is this? Like an armadillo? Oh my god, is that really an armadillo? That's adorable. And they give us a scute. Armadillo scute. What can this do for us here? Are we able to click it and search? No? Armadillo scute. Huh. Well, we'll figure that out. I'm sure it'll have something to do with creating armor, possibly. Maybe some natural armor. But either way, totally adorable. Okay, I know I'm wasting away the first day of kind of productability here, but oh wow, there's a little village inside the cave there. That's cool. Or one of the buildings. So let's go check that out. Got a floating torch. We'll get rid of that so things look a little bit nicer. And look at this, an exposed cave. I think I see something evil inside. I need to create weaponry. So let's start by crafting our basics. We need our crafting table. We'll pop this down just right here. Open that up and look at all this new stuff. We can do sticks. We'll do probably, let's do like 3 sets. There we go. We can do a wooden sword. We'll grab a wooden axe. Again, I'm just making these early tools. I know they all break very quickly. I know enough about the game to know that much. I don't think I'm going to worry about, let's do a shovel. Something's getting close. Oh no! Here come first zombies. Cooking in the sunlight. I'm burning, so I'll hop in the water real quick. And that's 1, that's 2. Wow. I almost got knocked out by the first 2 creatures that I encountered. That's not cool. Okay, so we need to regain health. I think we regain it automatically if we have a decent amount of food in our system. So let's get some food. I think these are more armadillo, or is this an egg? I think that's an egg that I just found. Brown egg, adorable. Okay, so can we cook this at a furnace? I need to craft one first. To do that, I think we need stone. I know there's something else evil inside. I saw some red eyes, maybe looks like a bat and probably a spider. So I'm not the biggest fan of all this. Let's chop some cobblestone out. I hear these things walking around. It's not cool. Not a cool situation to be in with all these little guys tap dancing around. And I'm pretty sure it still works that if the area is dark enough, mobs will spawn in. So you want to use torches to kind of illuminate your immediate vicinity so that you do not get swamped by evil creatures in the night. We also need coal for the furnace. So luckily we have a little bit here. Oh, the good old wooden pickaxe. So much fun to use. Can't wait till we upgrade past this level. But for now, we have our coal and we have some brown eggs. So we'll... Does that not burn? It's not a thing yet. Okay. I don't want to cook rotten flesh. So we'll leave the coal in there. Gotta figure out something else to cook. Do we have any vegetables accessible? They're all still growing. What is this? These are just seeds. Wheat seeds, okay. Well, we'll plant those back. We have planted seeds. What an achievement. Sorry, Mr. Piggy. I'm hungry. And you got pork. Okay. Now we're going to cook up this pork in our furnace. There we go. And then again, I think when I fill up on food, I can start healing myself. There is a bat coming for me out of this cave. Not cool. Let's eat this pork real fast. Right click to eat. Okay. Now I'm full, and there I go. I am recharging my health. Just in time to slay this foul creature. You'll never get me. Come here. Ah! How is a bat stronger than a pig? I don't get anything from that. I guess it kind of makes sense. It's just a bat. Who are you? Those purpley eyes. Is this who I think it is? Is this an Enderman already? Yeah, I think that's an Enderman. All I know about them is that they steal blocks and you want to avoid eye contact. So we're just going to let them hang out in there. We're going to spend the rest of the... Oh, come on, zombie. Okay, we're going to get a little bit better at fighting as we go. Bear with me. Get back. Oh, I think I see. I need to let my little sword icon recharge. I think it does more damage. I'm about to get killed. Which is part of the game. This is why I did not choose hardcore mode for my first playthrough back after 12 years. We'll eat this pork chop. Hopefully I can heal up again. This is pretty insane, though. I need to get inside because my sword is toast. So let's go up to the village and hopefully somebody can spare a bed. I see creepers. That's not fun. They'll explode and knock me out. Also, they'll do even more damage to this already pockmarked landscape that I'm going through here. So let's get up to where there's plenty of light, lots of torches. And it looks like there's something green in there. Oh, I think that's a villager. I think we're okay. What's happening, gang? Can I chill out in here for the night? Ooh, emeralds. So if I hold shift and click, it's a quick transfer. So we'll grab these wheat seeds, the bread. A bundle can hold a mixed stack of items. And of course a torch. Can I use this bed? Sweet dreams are made of these. Oh, and it's daytime. There's a zombie out here. We're gonna close the door. Oh, he's gonna open the door. Great. Great job, pal. Okay, well now you can come outside. We can whack you. There you go. Oh, and there goes my... What's better, axe or pickaxe? Well, the sun did most of the damage, so we're good. Okay. Day 2. We survived our first night. By the skin of our teeth, unfortunately. We need to eat so we can heal. So let's chomp on some delicious artisanal bread. And I need to get out of this crazy, stupid wooden tool shtick and get to a stone tools. So, oh no, that is fall damage. Again, you don't want to die to fall damage at any point in the game. Looks like a skeleton archer died over here. I forgot some of my jumping techniques. Alright, let's go back to our crafting table furnace setup. I see some of that. I think that is copper or... I think it's copper. I forget what copper and tin make bronze. I'm not sure how that works in Minecraft, though. I know that you can make I think copper structures like the Statue of Liberty, and it kind of naturally turns green over time. So that's cool. Alright. Crafting table. We need a stone sword so we can defend ourselves properly. You know what? I'm probably... Well... We'll use the rest of these tools to kind of get our baseline. I just hate that there's an Enderman just chilling in there. So I'm going to go away. I don't want to mess with him right now. I still need to heal up more, so we'll eat more bread. And what do we do today? Let's explore around a bit more. I like the variety of biomes. I could see a little thing, a big old hill in the distance there. I think we explore a bit more. There's another Enderman walking around near the shores. I don't know if you noticed him down there. So yeah, we'll be looking at our feet quite a bit once we get around the tall guys. But otherwise, let's do a little exploration. Again, I think sprinting reduces your hunger. But I already need to eat more to regain health. So let's focus on getting some food. I don't want to kill all the livestock in the nearby area, so let's get some apples and whatnot. You know, I do probably need to chop down a bunch of trees. It's probably the next thing I should do. So we'll go over here just to explore. I saw a weird shape structure that I want to look at. It was like a hooking tree. Yeah, over there. I don't know if it's just a really weirdly spawned tree, but it was kind of like a hook kind of dangling over a cliff, so check that out. And all these pigs might be getting it too if I'm hungry. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Chicken's chilling. Yeah, see, this looks like that may be a nether portal. One of the partial nether portals that you can kind of complete. So, might be where we build our first nether portal entrance. And again, I think that is an 8-to-1 ratio. You move faster underground. So 1 block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, which is where we currently are in the overworld. All right, we'll hop across here. This feels a little bit more classic, sort of that general grasslands vibe. Flowers, pink pigs, and apple trees. Ooh. Okay, this is a big nether portal. Is this hot? Yeah, that's hot. Okay, ow. So lava rocks, keep that in mind. I guess it's like spilling out. You get a little taste of the nether. Obsidian. Whoa, nice. Lodestone. I don't really know what that is. But look, golden boots, upgraded axes and pickaxes, golden horse armor. Okay. I'm not sure if that's super common or if I got super lucky in survival mode on Java Edition here. I know you can create obsidian with lava and water, or yeah, I think it's like a lava source block and water. They gave us a few here that we can use. And if I had a better pickaxe, I think you need a diamond pickaxe to carve obsidian. Let me try this gold one though. Yeah, see, I don't think this is going to do the trick. What's this? Also obsidian, I think. I mean, I'm seeing the breaking animation on it. Let's see. Did I just break that and it's gone forever? Did I mess up? Yeah. I think these are all obsidian blocks, so I'm not going to waste that. So what is this? It's got better mining efficiency. Guess we can go and wear these. Curse of binding when on feet +1 armor, and I think I can't take them off because of the curse. So I might have made a huge mistake there. That's why you want to, read things first. I didn't see that these are cursed items. Curse of vanishing. So I'm assuming that that'll go away at some point in my hand. The gold pickaxe is safe though, so that's nice. And here comes some of the good old Minecraft soundtrack coming in to soothe our souls. Yeah, there we go. Now that's feeling like the good old days. Speaking of which, let's see how this axe operates. Is it going to really disappear as soon as I use it? We'll find out shortly. Hopefully it doesn't make all the resources disappear. I'm going to whack down this tree and see what happens. Again, if I recall, when you eliminate all the pieces of wood from the sort of leaves of a tree, the leaves should start disappearing on their own. How do I ride a horse? I think I just right-click on it. And then eventually it'll like me. I think I need to feed like a carrot or something. Again, I don't know if I ever successfully tamed a horse before I stopped playing. And yes, I have seen the South Park episode, How Do You Tame a Horse in Minecraft? So I am aware of the impending memes or comments. Quick check, test checking. Sometimes the audio mix is a little wonky when I'm streaming, so. Okay, well, keep that in mind if I find some carrots. Can I feed them an apple? Maybe the apple will work. Honestly, I should probably eat this myself. I could use the health. Nom nom nom. Ooh, I need a lot more food. Let's go back to... Yeesh. I'm gonna cross this water and cut down a bunch of trees, get some apples, and eat. I didn't realize I am actually pretty bad off for food. I'm about halfway down. I don't know if you still move quicker on the very surface by kind of hopping, but feels like we're moving a little quicker. And again, in the true tradition of golden tools, this is wearing out very quickly. Because they are efficient, or they're fast, but they break very quickly. Get some, I think that's birch wood, the white stuff. This is the classic oak. And there it goes. Honestly, I think the wooden axe will last longer. Let's see. That one can cut down like, what, 2.5 trees? Wooden axe, much slower, but hopefully it will last a little bit longer. And then we'll upgrade very quickly. Probably within the day, we'll upgrade to our stone tools all the way through. I was just being a little lame and avoiding those endermen until I got more food in me. Yeah. I'll let these all start falling down naturally. Again, I could go through and physically cut all the leaves, so that it would force any items in them to drop. But in my experience, it's better just to cut out the wood, let the leaves naturally dissipate, and they'll drop things like saplings, twigs, and the ever useful apple in the early game. And we can chomp on that apple and hopefully not die from hunger. Here we go. Stay in the area. I think I have the simulation set to kind of standard where it's I believe the surrounding 12 chunks, or no, I think it's the 4 chunks in each direction are simulated, so I turned up the view distance a little bit. I think I turned that up to like 8 chunks of view distance because I like seeing these sort of horizons that you get in the game. Again, I don't want to crank it all the way to where it's impossibly far because I know that takes a toll on even a high-end computer. So I do not have a NASA spec computer, so I will not be going that heavy on the view distance. Oh, there's an apple. See, this one I will cut down because I need to gain some food. I see that the sun is setting. So unfortunately, I think we're going to have to make a mad dash back to our villagers, because that'll be the safest place to spend the night. And also, that's where they have a bed. I have not built a starter base or a bed yet. So we're just kind of hanging out at the village like we are a tourist. They're being very accommodating for now. What is that? Fireflies? Glowing plant? That looks cool. Whoa, trippy. I think that's grown wheat, right? It's a firefly bush. Oh. So actually that is what that is. Okay, good to know. We'll have our sword ready in case we encounter any demons during the evening here. I really like the skybox. They kind of made that a much smoother gradient. I like the stars. And you gotta have those classic square clouds, of course. I'm not totally opposed to modding up things as we continue. I know that there's some mods that make the sky look virtually real, or realistic at least. But I kind of like the square clouds. It's, very of the game. Okay, I see that creeper hanging out, so we're going to go really far around him. And I see zombies as well. So I am hopping up here. One thing I might adjust is maybe some of the gamma on the visuals so it's easier to see at night. But it's a survival game, I get it, right? You want the night to be dark so that torches and all the other light sources are a little bit more impactful. It's hopping up here. There we go. See, exactly like that nice. So, oh my goodness. Okay, well, that was a lot of damage. I got a little blinded by seeing the lights of the village. And I'm going to just sprint away from that creeper, sprint away from that spider, and hopefully we can get to the village with minimal issues. Again, all the baddies come out at night unless you have the area illuminated. So my next short-term goal might be to just put a bunch of torches down in this area so that I have sort of a safe operations area. So right now, things are looking a little sketchy near this village. I might also rein in some of this water because it's a little crazy. It looks like this whole side of the cliff got kind of like blown up by something. But again, that's probably just because of the random generated seed. But we're going right back. We know. Oh. Okay, come on. Let me get inside. Ooh. Let me in your bed. Oh, yeah. Monsters are too close. Good point. All right, we're going to have to kill this skeleton before we can sleep, so. Oh, no. No. Oh, there we go. I was shot by a skeleton. Well, that's okay. We're not on hardcore, so we'll just respawn. We're actually right next to the bed that we died in, so could be much worse. In fact, we're going to go get this guy. I think we actually killed him right when he killed us. Yeah. It was shot for shot, unfortunately, but he won in this particular exchange. So, what are you going to do? That's what happens. I was actually surprised I survived one whole day in the beginning. We should be able to sleep now. So we'll sleep through the night. Back to the game here. We are in the morning. Let's see. What do we got? A whole bunch of random stuff. You know what, though? By dying, we dropped our Curse of Binding Boots. So I might actually intentionally keep those off for now. And let's get some stone and let's upgrade our tool loadout. So we need a pickaxe. That is now... Where did that go? Oh, I put it in the bundle. Pickaxe. All right, we're gonna pick up, I guess, this old... I guess we had the wooden one was still chilling there. But we're gonna go down with the gold pickaxe and burn it up real quick. You know what? I know it has good upgrades because it's got that attack damage, attack speed, plus 26 mining efficiency. So I think that has to do with like the speed of which it mines. I see this guy. Let's get rid of him. He's gonna pop if we get too close. Trying to keep the landscape decent here. So, did he just give us a firework, or he just gave us gunpowder? I think. Yeah, that makes sense. It's what makes creepers go boom. All right, we've got another bat flying around in here. I just don't know if they attack me or not, so I'm gonna go try to whack them. I think the Enderman might have gone further into the tunnel. Oh, I see creepers. Creepers in here. Let's just activate these guys, and then we'll get away. Yeah, I don't mind a couple of... Oh, I do mind that, however. Run away from that skeleton. Okay, we'll stay near the entrance and use this pickaxe to get more stone and more coal. After all, what is Minecraft without a little bit of mining? I love that mining efficiency. Oh, and it's gone. Well, we hardly knew ye, golden pickaxe. I'm sure there was something I could have done to make you last longer, but alas, we're back on wood for the time being. I'm just going to use this wooden one up, then we'll start upgrading all of our tools to stone, because we have enough stone at this point to do so. We have a good little chunk of wood, I believe, as well. I need to do some research off stream and figure out some of these recipes, like the firefly bush. I'm sure that does something other than just look pretty, so we'll look into that. Also trying to abide by some of the basic tenets of mining, like don't mine directly down, lest ye fall into a pool of lava. And I'm also going to sort of mine in a sort of a downward staircase pattern, so we'll start doing like one over, one down, maybe 3 wide, just so we don't get too claustrophobic. Yeah, that looks nice. And this will be sort of our just general downward sort of, you know, position here. One thing I need to check out too is I don't know which button gives me my 4 stats. That's the fancy mode. I don't think that does anything. This is perspective. F4, 3. Oh, 3. Wow, that does it. Oh, there's so many more than there used to be. So if I jump... Oh, hold on. Okay, so it's X, I think, Y, or the XZY? Yeah, the middle is elevation. And then the other ones are the X and Y. Or they call them XYZ. I see. So we have oh, I was targeting blocks. That's why I kept changing. Okay, so our X is negative 186, Y is 82, and our Z is 220. Okay. And what was that on F3? Oh, cool. F1 gets rid of the HUD. That's good to know for videos. So I can make things look much more cinematic as you look at the glorious rendered worldview here. It's actually changed. There's a little bit of a matte top. That's interesting. Anyway, Back in here, get our HUD back up, and we'll keep mining as we go. But yeah, I'd just like to be able to look at the those F3 stats, because when you start mining, it's good to know your height stat. And again, I'll have to do a little bit more research between videos here, figure out some basic stats like where do we find diamonds. Obviously, that's everybody's goal early in the game, is to get some good diamond deposits. And also, you know, where do we get emeralds? Because I believe we can trade the locals. We can trade them emeralds for items. Okay, let's do some crafting. My inventory is all over the place, so we will use a stone pickaxe. Stone axe. Again, I'll use up this wood one first, just because. And then let's make some torches. So we will go torch. And I see there's a bat who's about to start annoying me, so click off of this. You're a bold little guy, aren't you? What are you doing out in the sun? Come back here. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe they only attack me if I attack them. We'll let him go, I guess, explore his dreams. Maybe he yearns to be out of the mines. Who knows? If he bites me once, though, he's toast. So, just saying. And look at that, our stone pickaxe chewing through these cobbles like nobody's business. Now, at this point, I don't know if I'm going to waste too much time making this big old staircase to nothing, because I can always just walk into the cave. And now that we have torches to illuminate the way, we'll be in luck. One thing I like to do, this is just my personal preference, is I like to put torches on one side of the cave. So in this case, we're putting them on the right side. As I walk into the network of caves, I always put them on the right. That way, if I ever get turned around inside of a cave system, I know I'm heading out if the torches are on my left. So, right as you go in, left as you come out. And again, that's easier sort of said than done when I'm fighting zombies, freaking out, getting killed by stupid skeleton archers. I should probably build a shield. But right now, I think I might get killed again here. Ah! This is insane. I hate this. There we go. Dead again. We'll respawn, and luckily we are very close by because we slept in the bed in the village. So, let's come back. I'm surprised to see such a lag spike upon death. I guess it's when you drop a lot of items. Ooh. No! No! I'll punch him. I don't care. Take care of you old school style. I'll show you how we used to do things back in the day. Come on. There you go. Was that smart? No. Did it work? Yes. Call that a win for Minecrafters everywhere. Where is my sword? It's right there. And I have arrows. Wow, look at me. I'm a pincushion. Okay. That's fun. Yeah. That's what happens when you punch a skeleton archer. Okay. It's very orchestral church music going on in the background. That's cool. Anything edible? Bada bada bing, bada bada boom. I don't think rotten flesh is good to eat. But you know what? Let's give it a try. I think you can eat it temporarily. Let's see. Yeah, so basically it poisons you. And you have hunger for 25 seconds, but it does give you back a little bit of your health. So I'm not quite sure the trade-offs there. I know it's not a smart thing to do very often. What is this? Oh! Oh! And there's a creeper. Okay, you know, these things happen. I probably should have noticed him coming towards me. I don't even know if I saw the creeper in here, but hopefully he didn't blow up too many of my useful items. I mainly just want to keep my sword for now. If I can use it on somebody before they kill me, that would be great. I see somebody else. Looks like maybe a zombie hanging out. Oh, no, that's another creeper. So we'll let him just blast away there. Yep, there we go. They don't do as much damage to the stone. Okay. Priorities. We need to put some torches down so we can stem the ever-encroaching mob fest here. See, this comes down on the outside. You can see a little bit of this exterior area with this little hut down there. You know, one thing I forgot to do as well is actually browse the other chests in the village. So they're going to have some really useful items. I know there's usually like a blacksmith who has some items. I can literally hear the villagers right above me. So let's install some more lighting. Hopefully we can prevent more zombies. What is this? Moss? I think that's just moss. Okay. But again, the more well-lit an area, the less likely it is to have mobs spawn inside. And I'm pretty sure that still works in Java. Again, I am never going to claim to be an expert on Minecraft because even when I played it pretty frequently back in the day, I was, we'll say mediocre at best. I think the apex of my Minecraft skills were creating like a automatic wheat farm where water would kind of flow down and water it for me. And I was pretty proud of that. But otherwise, I didn't do too much in the game to be able to flex. Okay, so what I'm doing here is basically creating a functional staircase so that I can access this coal. I always want to have pretty much an escape route so I can get out at a fairly quick clip. Let's say 20 creepers pop up. I want to be able to get away from those guys. I forgot the... you get that great feeling when you find like a really nice big seam of coal or iron and you're like, oh, I thought there was just 3. There's 25. That's always fun. Okay, I think that's it for that little pocket there. You know what? Let's put another torch down just to cover our bases. And I'm not going to spend too much more time in this mine shaft for today. So we're going to grab some of the easy coal right here. Again, I like to whip up a whole bunch of torches in the early game for mining purposes. Again, I'm not trying to light this up like it's the 4th of July, but I do like a fairly lit up mining area. So the first thing you need is torches. I hear a lot of people kind of going in and out of these buildings, so I'm feeling like it's close to nighttime. Again, I don't know if there's an item, maybe they included some sort of like pocket watch or something to keep an eye on the daytime where you're down in the mines. Because I do know that it's very easy to lose track, and you'll spend 3 or 4 in-game days mining without even realizing it. And come back to the surface, and you've missed Timmy's birthday, and the villagers have decided to up and move altogether. Just kidding. I don't know if that actually happens, but. We're getting this kind of surface level coal, as it were. Oh, and there goes the mine, my pickaxe. So, it's not a bad idea either to sort of use pickaxes and things to, time your day out. Like, basically say, I'm going to mine through 2 stone pickaxes. And then when they both break, you come back and hey, look at that. It's the middle of the night now. So, I will craft a new one. And let's see, we've got a lot of cobblestone. We're going to want to start actually making buildings and stuff. We're going to start doing more of the crafting and less of the mining here in the near future. But for tonight, I will probably sleep in the villager's bed yet again. I do see a creeper up there, which I don't like, but we're going to have to probably... Oh, it's a zombie. There you are. Bro, what's poppin', bro? Also, I don't know what I ate that is keeping me so well fed. So I had that rotten meat earlier. I thought that was gonna like really hose me, but this has been pretty nice. Maybe it's because I'm not sprinting around. I haven't been using up all my energy. I don't know. Okay. Also, I think I can harvest some of this wheat. Yes. So yeah, wheat is, I believe, fully harvestable when it is kind of like this beigey color. I'm looking at all that. That's all grass. It's kind of hard to. I think this is harvestable. No. Oh, and there we go. Another creeper popped on us. Luckily, we were able to get away at the last second. Yeah, we're gonna have to build an overnight base, something a little bit more legit. I don't know if this is the area that I want to be settling down in yet, though. So that's why I'm gonna maybe spend some time on the next day here. So let's sleep. Again, these guys are being very polite, letting me use their bed. Always excellent. Daytime is upon us. And again, I think the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Let's kind of get up a little bit higher, actually. First thing I'm going to do is go through the village, see if we have any other usable chests. I have some good gear for us. This is an upgrade gear chest. That's kind of cool. We'll have to figure out how that works later on. Again, I know I can trade with some of these guys, but I don't know how I'm supposed to. Oh, okay, yeah, you just right-click on the correct ones. So yeah, he'll take an emerald, and he'll give me a stone shovel, or he will give me an emerald for 15 coal. So he buys coal. I believe that's how that works. We have over here, crafting table, not that amazing. Iron golem hanging out, creeper over here, let's get rid of him. Again, sometimes I like to just give them kind of a double whack. And if they pop, they pop. Hopefully they don't kill you. It would be beneficial for me to craft some gear, some actual armor, because I realize I'm not wearing any armor yet. There's a reason I'm sort of a glass, well, I would say glass cannon. I'm just a glass pistol at this point. I can't do damage, and I'll take a ton of damage if I get hit. And actually, we're going to dispatch a couple of these sheeps because we want to get some wool. Fortunately, we're going to get it the old-fashioned way. I don't need the wood shovel for now. We're going to knock these guys out. We use the wool to craft a bed at our new base, if and when we find a place to build it. So, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to have to drop another item to pick up this other wool. Can I do... Yeah, I'll bundle the wool up. We'll do that for now. Again, I'm not really sure how this bundle works. I guess it's sort of like a mini pouch to expand your inventory, which is very cool. So I guess it can sort of contain multiple stacks for you. Pumpkins, armadillo. I'm just trying to get up high here so we can get a look at the surrounding biomes and pick a direction that we want to explore in for today. Hopping on up, hopping on up, hopping on up. There's a few wacky little terrain kind of glitches I'm noticing in this world. Again, that's going to happen in any random seed. This one isn't devastatingly weird or wacky, but I am noticing there's a few kind of hanging boxes, if you will. So we know we have that big unfinished nether portal over there. We've got, I think this is again called Savannah, this sort of duller, grassy grassland area, which is fine enough. But I think I want something a little bit more dynamic. I want to be like in the mix some more. This is sort of a classic. Oh, that's cool. Leaves actually drop on the floor. This area that I'm in right now, I think is the standard sort of original biome, the grasslands. Oh, can I jump into this water? Is that safe? Yeah, we'll try it out. We have a save point. Yes. All right. A little sketchy, but we did it. So again, this area might not be a bad idea to look for, I think, emeralds. Not today, son. Not today. No. No. Okay, I'm not going to go in there. I hear you, zombie. It was enough taking care of that skeleton. I think what I'm going to do is head back towards the big ol' unfinished nether portal. And we will basically go from there. I don't want to build right on it, but I'll probably start building my main base near it. And again, it's just the main base for now. I'm not going to consider that a permanent base by any means, but it should be a nice little starting area. We can have relatively quick access to the nether. And again, I'm trying to remember. I think it's a water source block plus a lava source block equals obsidian. And if they flow into each other, I think that creates cobblestone. So that's how you can make a cobblestone like maker back in the day. You can use pistons to sort of automatically have water meet lava and then push it out of the way. But I believe to make obsidian, it's got to be the real deal, the original, the real McCoy, so to speak. And I can't sprint anymore because my hunger is at 3. So we're going to have to fix that. I got a lot of cobblestone, so I'll be able to craft a furnace when we get to this new area. We got pink pigs, and we got, I guess maybe these are like boars. I don't really know what they're classified as. Maybe they're just different colored pigs. Some sheeps, some pigs. Yeah, I might actually try not to totally decimate the local wildlife so that we can become sort of a ranch. This area is a nice wide open area. We got some hills over here. We've got our villagers and the savannah over there. Our nether portal and what looks to be maybe the edge of a large oceanic area. And that's the tree I cut down previously. Got some eggs that I guess I am picking them up. Yes. Okay, good. All right. I think this might be a nice little spot. Again, a wide open area is good because it's easy to light, and you're not as worried about random little caves and nooks and crannies that bad guys can spawn in. How are we doing on wood? We got a lot of oak logs, so we're going to use these to whip up oak planks. If I hold, what is it, shift click? Yeah, there we go. Shift click is what does quite a bit at a time. We're going to throw these out, throw those out. Wow, I made a bunch of these. Okay. And can we just replace the grass with the brick? Yeah, we can. Okay, good. So let's build our first official structure. Most people would have started building a lot earlier, but you know, what are you going to do? So I'm going to kind of freewheel this one. I'm not going to worry too much about design. I might honestly even make this just an elevated platform. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. 6 by 13. That feels good. Not quite the golden ratio, but we'll accept it. And that way we can put a nice little centered door there. Okay, then we'll fill this in. So we have a nice level floor to stand on. Okay, next. How do we throw that on the hotbar? Oh. Okay. Crafting table. Oh, we'll need to. What is a Q to drop? Oh, shift Q. Oh, okay, well, we'll drop the. Here, let's place this firefly bush here. There we go. Pretty. Okay, crafting table. And we're going to use this to make some stairs. Okay, so stairs. All right, what do we got right in the middle here? Do one there. Whoops. Classic. Gotta misplace stairs the first time you put them down. At least you get them back. Once upon a time, if you placed a stair incorrectly, you just had to break it and get the wood back. So we'll do 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So we got 3 in the middle. We'll do 1 right at the back here as our back door. And let's see here. We need to craft a door. So, what do we got? I think, oh, I saw it just then. Oak door. 3 oak doors. Looks good. Okay. Where do we go? Here. There we go. So we'll do one like that. And then let's do 2 like that. And then we'll put up sort of an oak log pillar in the middle just to make this look a little cooler. The entrance. Okay. And then we build our walls. So walls I'm not getting fancy with. We're just doing oak. Again, we'll make things look nicer as we go, but for now we just need something to live in. Probably just do the perimeter thing first, and we'll go up. Hooah. Okay, and going up. We'll leave a couple notches for windows. Darn it. Okay. Trying to be a little bit efficient with the way I'm constructing this thing. Not a moment too soon either. The sun is setting on us. So we'll make these double wide windows at the front so we have a nice little view of our pasture area. Am I tripping? Oh yeah, that should be too wide. Okay, that's fine. And there we are, more coming over. So I think I need to have the bed covered for it to work, but I'm not 100%. So we'll go into our bundle, we'll right click to grab items out. Let's check the crafting table. Can I make a bed? Bed, oops. Bed, no? Huh, okay, well. Oh wait, I'm not on the crafting table. There we go, crafting table. I should be able to, unless I don't have enough wool. 3 wool, 3. Oh, I need 3 of the same, I guess. Did I not do this right? Let's do this. It doesn't count. All right, well, I guess we need 1 more brown wool. So I have some bad news for the closest brown sheep I find, or if I find 3 of the same kind, they're in trouble too. Not to mention I still need food so that I don't get killed by people like this zombie. Okay. So the firefly bushes, I'm assuming, sort of spawn in fireflies in a certain radius around them. That's very nice. I see a few matching colored sheep over here. Moo? Guessing that was you, Mr. Moo? Yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry guys. We'll worry about... Oh, I hate skeletons. The skeleton's gonna kill me if it gets too close. Okay, well, you're toast. Sorry. Bye. Say goodbye. Worry about sugarcane later. I see you. So it seems like if you let your attack little icon there, the knife-looking icon, if that fills up, you do more damage. So they have sort of updated combat a little bit. Again, that's probably from a long time ago, but it's new to me, so I don't want to fight the skeleton. But I do want to kill the sheep. There we go. Okay. I should be able to make a bed. Let's get back to base. Okay, the cow just jump scared me. I see a bunch more skeletons over here next to the spider. Oh my goodness. I feel like the mobs are a little bit more densely populated than they used to be. Look at this, I got all over the place. Why don't you just blow up? I don't even care if you blow up now. Come on. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Oh, that sound keeps lingering. Okay. Another egg. I don't want to be blown up. Ah, there's another skeleton right there. Okay, well, you're fine. Let's just get rid of you. And pop it in. Yes, there he goes. Ruining our landscaping like creepers do. Okay. I see there's one like literally inside my house. Dude, I see you. Oh, he's going around the other side. Okay. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that. I'm gonna blow up the whole front side of my house here. Okay. And yet another one. Oh, there's another one right behind him too. They travel in herds, apparently. There you go. Okay. We'll call that somewhat successful. Can we craft a bed before we die? Find out right now. Question is, will we even be able to sleep when we place this bed? Technically, yes. Do we get a respawn? Yes, we got a respawn point. And it is daytime. All the mobs are now on fire, except for the Endermen and the creepers. Oh, no! I think he blew up my bed. So, where... I spawned back at the beginning? You have no home. Well, you don't gotta rub it in. Alright, so luckily we're not too far away. We know our waypoints. We know that that is the village we slept over the first night. And we know that there's a large structure that should be visible fairly soon, surrounded by some of the world's rudest creepers. Can't even let a guy sleep in peace without blowing him up. By creepers, so. And again, that's one way to regain food, by dying. Not efficient, but it is a way. I'm gonna go straight up here. So many mobs. You know, I haven't really swam around either yet in this game. I know there's fish and stuff. Of course, there's the classic squids. I think there's dolphins now too, which is cool. Dolphins have been around for a minute. Oh, forgot. You run out of breath. Just like in reality, you can't hold your breath indefinitely. We are not Aquaman, so I will keep that in mind. The bees. The big, big bumblebees. Size of a football. Again, I'm used to playing too many games where you can just kind of leap from like 30 feet up in the air and not take any damage. This is not Dying Light. This is Minecraft, so very, very different. Well, I don't know how many of our resources that creeper blew up. Hopefully we still have enough wool to put our bed back down, set our spawn point, and keep working on our base. We have a little bit of a ravine here, actually. Actually, more than a little bit. This is a pretty big honking hole in the earth. Look at that. It goes all the way down to some lava down there. So we'll keep that in mind. Thankfully, it hasn't been totally flooded by this river above it. But good to know. Alright, looks like the creepers really did a number on the facade of our house. But we should be able to pick up the pieces and rebuild. We will overcome this minor setback. As I find the rest of my inventory. Naturally, I don't see any wool, because I think the creeper blew up my entire bed. We found our torches, though. That's good. Again, I'm going to want to fill in all that dirt sooner than later. But in the very short term, we're going to just kind of whip up our structure again. Looks like we lost a door. And all the flooring over here. Our axe, that's nice. Get that back in a minute. For now, I'm not even going to worry about making things look too fancy. We're just going to repair what we've got and make things look as nice as we can with what we have access to. Again, I'm going to leave a couple gaps for looking out. That way we're not totally caught off guard. I think a 3 gap for the window should be good. 1, 2, 3. How does that work? How did I do that? Oh, I see it. Again, these are not, you know, the fanciest build proportions. I don't even know if this is even on either side, but they do the job for now. Also, Windows save on construction materials. Okay, what is that? 3 and 3, and then we got 3, 3, 2, 2. Man, that looks really bad. But you know what? Let's at least square this up. I'm going to get rid of these oak blocks because they're bugging me. Now, I just said I'm not going to worry about this too much, but this looks kind of rough. So we're going to put the door in the center and just kind of square things up a little bit here. Oh, we actually do have 2 doors. That's fine. We'll leave it just at 1. There we go. Bop, 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 bop. And it's the beginnings of a little Minecraft house. So, again, we do the poor man's scaffolding. I know they actually have scaffolding in the game, but I don't have the recipe yet. I think it takes bamboo, which we don't see right now. And for sake of not feeling too closed in, I'm going to give us 1 more level for the roof. And we'll build this roof here. We're going to do this, again, the cheap way. Only going to cover up the immediate area. I should really go out and get the wool for my bed before anything else. Let's do that real quick. So I can sleep through the night and avoid having tons of creatures spawn right on top of me. Still have my stone sword, so that's nice. Alright, sheeps. Count your days. I'm coming for you. What do we got? What do we got? Just a bunch of pigs and some... Oh, so those are the armadillos making that noise. So I guess they get scared if I get too close. That makes sense. And sorry, buddy. You mutton chops. Alright, we need... I'll just get rid of that for now. We need 2 more white sheep wool. I see one over here. Again, I need to note that big old ravine we passed by on our way in. So that'll be good exploration. We're having a bad day. Okay. We got about 38 more sheep puns, but I'm going to try to hold off on using them all at once. Where was that ravine? It was past the beast. Oh, yeah, I see it over here. Okay. All right, what do we got? We got 3. Yeah, that should do the trick. We're ready to make a bed, set a spawn point, and then we're going to start looking at some renewable food sources. I'm going to set up a basic farm with wheat so that we can make bread. And then ideally I might set up a little chicken farm. We got some good chickens around here. They don't all fall into the massive hole. We can set up a little egg production, maybe make some cakes. I don't know if there's a way to cook an egg, just cooking an egg by itself in Minecraft. That'd be cool. Make like an omelet, maybe a frittata. I think for now, though, eggs are meant as ingredients in other recipes, so like cookies, cakes, all that jazz. All right. 1, 2, 3, and I know there's a better way to do this, but I'm not using the right items. I need to use planks. Bop, bop, bop. There's a white bed. We're good to go. These used to only be red back in the day. Just pop it in the back right corner, and we'll right-click to set our spawn point. Huzzah! Now let's finish creating our roof. Need a lot more planks. Did we just use all the wood? I think so. So what we're going to do is pop out a few of these for some chests. Let's see. I think we can make a chest. Yeah. Just the one, though. All right, well, good time to use it. And let's offload some things that we don't really care about right now. don't really. Oh, the raw mutton. I will definitely use that in an oven. And the coal. Let's save some coal. Eggs, cobblestone. We have a stack. Actually, let's save the stack. We'll take the remainder. Emeralds, eggs. We don't really want to worry about that. The map, I don't care about too much. And the seeds. Horse armor. I'm not even taming horses right now. And of course, rotten flesh. I don't really know why I would save it, but we're going to save it. And we're going to plant all these trees. I'll save the obsidian. I'll finish the nether portal sooner than later. That looks pretty good. Okay. So what do we do now? We build a furnace because we want to cook some of this delicious mutton. So, furnace. You know what? We might build 2 furnaces so we can cook twice as much mutton. All right. On that note, let's grab that coal back out. So, we can right-click it to split it into even piles. And then we can right-click the mutton, split that into even piles. And we'll let that cook away. Let's go plant some trees. Again, I don't know the exact rules, but I believe you need to space trees a little bit apart so they actually get enough sun to grow. And I think you can make them grow instantly with bone meal, which you get from, I think, grinding up bones. Or it might drop on its own. I don't really know. Either way, we just want easily accessible wood. We'll chop down more of these savanna trees. I don't know if they're called sequoias or what. I think they might be called sequoias. I should learn the names of some of the wood types. But in the short term, I'm just going to cut down this short guy and then we'll go right back to sleep before it gets too dark outside. So that's why we built a bed, so we can skip through the night. And look at that. Our wood axe is done. We're going to go back here. This is oak logs, so that might have been an oak tree. I think they're just trees that generate the same type of wood, but they're called a different name. I don't know. And look at that. I guess the moon has phases, so this is I guess a lunar eclipse? Lunar eclipse. I've been playing too much Kerbal. Lunar eclipse, so. All right, well, we'll sleep through the night. That way, when we wake up, hopefully there's not tons of zombies everywhere. Looking pretty good. All right. Before we head out, we're going to craft, let's do 2 stone axes. And I will chop down 2 stone axes worth of wood today. Grab our cooked mutton, and we'll put that in our inventory to eat throughout the day. So those sheep did not die in vain. They provided a comfortable bed and a delicious meal. Again, we're doing the Native American way. We use every part of the buffalo, if possible. Actually, if there were buffalo, that would be great. I think as of now, though, the closest thing we're going to get are cows. Oh, this is different wood. It's acacia. Acacia logs. Okay. So that red, kind of vibrant red interior. I see you, Mr. Creeper. Walking around like Michael Myers. Come over here. You're not going to ruin our area. Aha, he blew up over water. I do remember water basically negates the blast of a creeper. Things like stone make it not quite as impactful, but it can still blast through a little bit of stone. So it's a lot of people use cobblestone to build the walls of their bases for that very reason. And we are chopping trees today. We're going to chop down a lot of these acacia trees. And the game is pretty good about giving you saplings and stuff. So you can replant. After you've wiped out a whole forest, you can actually replant. Try to be a sustainable member of the ecology of the Minecraft world. And my old go-to with chopping trees is I usually give myself one kind of stump to hop on, so you can chop a little higher up. That's another kind of old tactic that I would use. I don't know why I'm going through this like this is a tutorial. I barely know what I'm doing, but it's kind of coming back to me. I'm getting a little bit more used to the game loop. Again, having something in the furnace, throughout the day. Um, by now, I probably would have already planted some wheat seeds to start a farm up, but that's okay. Again, I'm focusing on the wood. The leaves will take care of themselves. If you want to get really fancy, though, I think you can craft shears with iron, and you can use shears to harvest the leaves themselves, the actual leaf cubes. So then you can sort of rebuild a tree in another area. You can actually build a custom-looking tree. But it's usually best to just grow a tree if you want one. It tends to look more natural. All right. All right. Definitely want to get on a server sooner than later. And maybe role-playing servers are always fun to me. I don't know if I want to be in something that's strict, though. They usually have a lot of rules. But I like the servers where you can sort of build up in a town and actually sort of claim a plot of land and coexist with other players. I'm not so much a PvP fan in this game. I know some people love PvP, but I'd rather sort of play in an economy, you know what I mean? Let's do the old... I don't want to use cobblestone. We'll do this. Okay. Again, if you have a pesky piece of wood that you can't reach, you could just build one there, and you should be able to access it. I don't think I am high enough. Let's go one more up. Whoops. There we go. Now we should be good. Oh, is that a different type of... What did I just get? Hold on, let's check it. Stripped acacia log. That's right, if you right-click with an axe, you can strip a log before you cut it, and it results in a different type of wood. Can you do this with oak? I can. What do you know? So we'll strip a few of these just to have the option. I forgot. Yeah, right-clicking with an axe strips the bark off. So this lets you do some new things, which I don't think I've ever played when that was an option, so that'll all be new to us. It seemed as though one of them unlocked the ability to create signs, which I thought signs are just planks of oak, but maybe it's a different kind of sign. I don't know. So let's strip this tree and cut it down here. The classic Minecraft song playing right now. I'm sure this could put a whole generation of gamers to sleep just listening to this song. All right. I don't want to strip all the acacia wood, but we're doing this just for now to see what we have as an option for crafting. Also, I think it makes cool looking planks potentially. We'll see. Oh, and we're punching just for this last one. Still have another stone axe here we can use. Check time, we're right at high noon, so we're looking good. Alright, what do we got here? A whole bunch of acacia saplings, so we're going to plant these out around the immediate area. Again, I don't know if they need to be this far apart, but I think it's something in the order of like 2 or 3 blocks between trees. Also count for the type of tree. Acacias will grow in like a diagonal, so they might need a little bit more room, I think, to grow. Also, I don't know if they need to be in their original biome to grow, because there's a biome shift here. We go from grasslands to savanna. But for sake of appearance, I'm just going to try to keep them in their original biome. Okay. Looking pretty good. So again, we have a little bit of a sustainable forest here. Should regrow every couple days. And we can keep whacking these trees down whenever we need some wood. On that note, let's see. So if we do the stripped acacia logs, we get acacia planks. We do acacia logs, we get acacia. Okay, so they make the same planks. So these stripped logs must have a unique recipe associated with them. Also, we're gonna grab that dirt from our chest and fill in those creeper holes, because I don't like them. But also, actually, we're probably gonna need the whole stack. I don't want to grab half. I don't like the way it looks, but also holes like this are more likely to have mobs spawn inside of them when they get dark. So again, I want to be a little bit thorough. I think you can leave a single space gap here and there, but you really want to fill the whole thing in effectively. Because I think spiders can spawn in like a 2 space. Like if I were to do this and leave that gap there, a spider could spawn inside of it. So we're going to cover it up. And again, it also just looks nicer. It'll flesh out with the local grass. Eventually, it'll all grow back. And things will look nice and tidy. Let's go get the rest of the dirt. Oh, I need to dig some more out here. So we need a shovel. We haven't made one yet. We might have had a wood one, but it definitely got lost long ago. So we got sticks, we've got cobblestones. We're making a stone shovel. And we'll just pop it right here. We don't really need these doors on hand. So what I like to do is find a sort of a nearby raised area that we don't necessarily need to be raised. And we'll just kind of carve that down. So like right here, this whole area can be carved down. Get access to some great dirt. Again, this goes painfully slow in the early game. Once you upgrade to like iron, much smoother, and then eventually diamond, you're gonna be ripping through dirt like nobody's business. But also, it's not terrible to go slower when you're in a, you want to be more of a landscaper and make the area look nice. If you're instantly popping cubes left and right, you might take a big chunk out that you don't want to. So, to each his own. But what I'm going to do is pretty much just carve away this entire elevated part of the terrain. I see our sun is setting, so we're going to probably call it a night here pretty soon. And get ready for yet another day of survival in Minecraft Java. So again, if you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe to stay up to date with our adventures here in Minecraft. And until next time, this has been Tallidus Plays.